Morning, everyone. Good morning. What's up, Bino? How you doing? Give it a second for everyone to hop in here. So, everything's up here pre-market. Rivian up 1.75%. BABA up 1.3%. Tesla up 1.5%. Oops. Go off there. That. What's up, Gigi? How you doing? And how you doing? Everything's up here. Q's up 0.27%. SPY up 0.23%. I took a small lotto swing put. I was looking for a gap down based on this pattern, based on this higher time frame chart here on Q's. Right, look at this chart. Huge flag. Was just looking for a little bit of downside before we potentially break out of this. We'll see what happens. Big level, right? The high of this little flag. If we start to break through 369.02, we're going to push up. We're going to continue to push up. We're going to continue to see strength. Okay. Got to chart the big levels here. So we have that level there. Right, this high. Let me remove those in that trend line. We can draw this across the board there. There we go. All right, so look at this resistance, okay? Previous support, previous support, previous support, previous support. All right, acted as resistance. Now acted as resistance. So we are at a huge level here at 369. Okay. It's not a coincidence that we started to reject right there. It also lines up with this resistance here. So we'll have to see what happens. But we are at a big resistance. I wouldn't be surprised if we push through slightly and then move back down for a bit. We'll see. We'll have to see. Above that, big level, I would say right around this zone here. Right, resistance, support, resistance, and so on. We're around 371. In between there, it's just kind of chop. SPY, right, big level at 433. Previous support. We do have a pretty big resistance up above. We also have this double top here at 437.2. So we'll have to see how that works out. But again, smaller time frame. Look at this that breakdown on Friday and the day. All right, great rising wedge. Created a high, started to break through, broke that resistance, broke that support, and started to break that low. So, this looks really good to the downside as long as 436.29 holds. Right, same with QQQ. I mean, if this high continues to reject, it looks good to the downside. If it breaks, we're going to push up to 371. Rivian, go to higher time frame. So Rivian broke out of this wedge last week. right? We were looking at this for a long time, right? Resistance, 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 rejected again, broke out, consolidated, kind of created an inverse head and shoulders here, right? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, broke out, and then just continued that push to the upside. Big level here, 17.65. As long as it holds above 17.65 today, looks good for continuation the rest of the week. You could enter, have a stop loss below, and you need to break through that 18.43 level. You like Tesla? I'll take a look at that in a second. BABA looks great for continuation this week. Regarding an entry point, it's hard now. Right now, we really don't have an entry point here with a good risk to reward. So we'll have to wait for that. Tesla, right? We had that previous resistance. We rejected it last week. We're up 1.5% here pre-market. Looks good. You know, I mean, we don't have too much resistance above until there and until here. So 226.3 and 230.6. Gotta take a sip of my coffee here. Great week last week, guys. Great week. Challenge account was up like 86%. %. Incredible. Let's continue going here. So, Amazon, what a move out of this resistance, out of this wedge. Huge move from that low. But regarding a setup today, nothing really, right? You can't really, there's no plan here. There's no actionable setup here with a good risk to reward. Besides potentially, you know, you can either, there's two scenarios here, right? Depending on what you think, right? We got this resistance, we got this support, we got this resistance here, got this resistance. You can either play puts and have a stop loss above and look for downside, or you can continue and follow this trend and play calls through that resistance with, you know, stop loss below and price target up above. QQQ call dead? No, I don't think you listened to anything I just said, brother. No, I mean, some of the questions that, you know, it's crazy. Crazy. Resistance. This looks pretty good, honestly, right? Meta broke out, pulled back, retested. Now I've seen that continuation to the upside. Looks pretty good, honestly. Nvidia up 0.75%. Has a gap to be filled. Looks, you know, we you know, could just let's see continuation here. Definitely see continuation there. It's all good. Let's see if there's any setups anywhere else. Apple is the only thing red here. Very interesting. The only name red today is Apple. Huh. Look at this little wedge that we have here. It's a pretty solid flag, guys. I don't know. If I inverse this, you know everyone's going long here. Just saying. So be careful there. Disney. All these other names just look eh. So Rivian has a great setup. We'll set an alert here. Tesla's decent. QQQ and SPY also have great setups. So other than that, that's really it. Might be a slow day, which is totally okay. Right? Not every day is a trading day. Right? No setup is better than, or no trade is better than a losing trade. Right? Every single time. Apple, sure. So, right, smaller time frame. Right, three touches here. It's starting to wedge after a breakdown. Right, this is a typical continuation pattern. Right, we broke to the downside. We're flagging continuation. Right, typically these will continue to break down and test that low. But the thing is, the market's pretty strong here, pre-market. So this can just continue to push to the upside. Right, we do have a double top here at that resistance, right? Resistance, resistance, resistance. So if this starts to push up, you know, and market starts to gain some strength here, wouldn't be surprised if this just continues to push up and test that 177 level, right? So you always have to think if this, then that, okay? If this, then that, right? Don't play, you know, you're bullish or bearish. It doesn't really matter, right? The market doesn't care about what you think. The market doesn't care about your feelings. It never does, right? And if you think that way, you're going to get burned and you're not going to be trading in, you know, a few months. So remove the emotion. You're going to lose trades. You're going to win trades. Size correctly, and you'll be good. Okay. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Yeah, SPY looks pretty good. Clean chart here. SPY. Great move in the market last week, though. Great move. Anyone have any questions before I jump out of here? Set up the Zoom. You got it. You got it. IWM. So yeah, IWM looks pretty good too, right? Resistance, broke out of this downtrend, right? Big gap up. But now, right, it's up 0.14% here. But again, this rising wedge structure is kind of, you know, looking pretty good on all these names. Right, resistance right above. You have this resistance here from last week. Probably lines up to a bunch of other resistances. But this looks like it wants to break down. Right, I mean, I've seen this pattern a million times, and majority of the time it breaks down. So. Take a look at Airbnb. Sure. So right away you can tell what, the pattern here. Broke this downtrend. It broke out, pulled back, retested. Now it's testing this resistance again, right? Resistance acted as resistance, acted as resistance. You said over 125, you like it. Let's see. So we also have a gap. Whoops. We have a gap right here. Over 124.35, we have a slight gap to fill here. So it looks pretty solid. Over that, we have this resistance right here at 126.76. Resistance, support, resistance, resistance, resistance. So looks pretty good. This looks good for some continuation speed. I'll look and chart though. You got it, Ant. You got it. Anyone have any other questions? Did I check VIX? No, but sitting at this previous support. Support sitting right there. Needs more time. A lot of names need some more time. All right, so I'm gonna go set up the Zoom. I'll see you guys on the Zoom call. We'll post it in the chat. Please drop a like on the video.